While debate continues over the Ground Zero Mosque, I was given an exclusive tour inside the 9/11 memorial site with the memorial's president, Joe Daniels. Yesterday, we showed you the first signs of life, trees from the 3 attack sites being planted around Memorial Park and the World Trade Center remnant tridents recently installed. We were given exclusive access to the area directly below the World Trade Center attack site, and we filmed this never-before-seen footage. Take a look.
So, Joe, this is amazing. It's stunning. What is this?
So basically, this is where the North Tower stood. This is the very footprint where the tower was, and we're building the largest man-made waterfalls in the country, and this is the memorial itself. The names of the victims who died in this building will be around the pools. People will be able to come up, touch the names in bronze, see waterfall flow 30 feet, and then disappear into an inner void.
Now, I was in the World Trade Center in 1993 when the bomb went off in the parking garage. This is the footprint of the North Tower, is that right?
Absolutely.
Where would that have been? Where would that bomb have been?
So this is the footprint. The bomb was in the parking deck level, so essentially it was beneath where we're standing now, a little bit southward between the 2 pools. And that's, a reminder that this is the spot where these things happen. And the 6 people that died in 1993, their names will also be on this memorial. It's important to remember them as well.
Okay, Joe, so now we're directly beneath the memorial pool. Is that right? Tell us about what's going on over here.
Exactly. Right here is beneath the North Memorial Pool. This is where this vast space, it's about an acre in size, which was the footprint of the towers. All in this area here is where the historical exhibitions of the museum are going to be. It's going to preserve the history of what happened on that day for all the visitors that come here to learn about it.
And the pool is directly above us at this time?
Yeah, the pool is, the plaza level is 70 feet above us. Since the pool drops down about 30 feet, it's about 40 feet above where we're standing, and all the pumps that are required to operate these pools are right above us.
And this is going to be Memorial Museum, all this area, right?
Exactly. It's about 120,000 square foot altogether. We've got this space underneath the pool. The north pool, there's similar space underneath the south pool.
This wall, tell us about this wall. Very important wall, right?
Absolutely. This is the slurry wall, and this wall, in the aftermath of the attacks, literally held back the Hudson River. And without this wall standing here, a disaster that was unimaginable would have been that much worse. The entire lower Manhattan would have been flooded. So this is the original slurry wall that visitors will get to see and really feel a part of the history of the day.
I remember distinctly that one of the big concerns in the aftermath of that attack was whether that wall was going to hold. And you're saying if that wall didn't hold, the whole lower Manhattan might have flooded.
Absolutely. The Hudson River would have flooded lower Manhattan, and this wall held. And, like walls that are famous throughout history, whether it's the Western Wall in Jerusalem, we believe that this wall has that meaning that will continue to be attached
and preserved intact the way it was. And tell us about this big column here, this cube. What is that?
So inside this cube is the last column, which is the last piece of steel to be removed from the site on May 30th of 2002. It's adorned with graffiti of remembrance from construction workers, first responders. It's in this box right now because we're keeping it protected as construction continues around it. But when we open the museum, the last column will be proudly here in front of the slurry wall.
Well, I know something very dramatic stuff, but very, very real stuff. I'm going to say thank you very much, Joe. Appreciate your time.
All right, that wall was the wall that held back the Hudson River. Very, very important wall. I remember distinctly when we were working, I was actually working on the other side of that wall, saying my prayers every day that wall held, and it did, and it's a real tribute. We reported earlier in the show, we heard reports of up to three copycat preachers and protesters who are now talking about burning the Quran in Wyoming, Kansas, and Tennessee. Ross, weigh in on that.
You look through history, you look at the Inquisition, the burning of books. You look at Kristallnacht in Nazi Germany in the late 30s, the burning of everything Jewish. Burning books does not have a place in the proper world, in my opinion. It's a sign of ignorance, it's a sign of hatred, and it's a sign of very bad things to come.
The First Amendment was designed to protect, not to offend. And that's what I think people are misinterpreting.
Mark, you made a comment earlier.
I said first you burn books and then you burn people. That's what they said in Germany. You want an extremist? This pastor, or I don't even call him a pastor, right? He has no denomination. He's got 50 people. He put something up on Facebook. No one should give him any time of day. He's as bad as the people that would burn crosses, the Ku Klux Klan.
Eric, I'm in accord. I think, ultimately, do they have a right to do it? Absolutely. We have First Amendment protections. I don't think this is the proper message. It's totally inappropriate. It's not the way to go. I wish it would be reconsidered, and I think it incites hatred and violence.
And real quickly, you only have about 15 seconds, Ross. Go ahead.
Just because you have the right doesn't mean that it's the right thing to do, and that's why the mosque must be moved.
All right, we're going to leave it right there. Russ Mandell, thank you very much. Andrea Tanteros, Mark Levine, Joey Jackson, thank you guys.
Great job, Eric.
Great show.
Great job, Eric.
Listen, 9/11, be very respectful. Remember the people we lost on 9/11. See you later.